During this panel, we discuss merger review in the digital space. We observe that competition agencies have been pursuing different type of theory of harm in this industry. We have seen that they have been adapting some horizontal theory of harm to fit the digital sector. It includes taking into account dynamic competition and also some key characteristics like economy of scale or scope, network effect, etc. We have also discussed other type of theory of harm and the change in the way competition agencies have been looking at vertical and conglomerate merger. If in the past the presumption was probably that those merger was probably pro-competitive, now in the digital space the presumption is certainly a bit different and probably for some good reason because of the characteristic of the market. And last but not least, we also discuss some of the new theory of harm, the ecosystem theory of harm that emerge in booking e-travel. And we also discuss the fact that in this industry, when we assess actually those new theory of harm, there are other challenges. And one of the main challenges is the fact that it requires to form a view as to the evolution of the market. And contrary to traditional sector, looking at the past is not really a good indicator as to what tomorrow will look like. So it means that in those mergers, not only you need to look at the impact of the merger, but you need also to form a view as to how the market is going to evolve absent the merger. So new theory of harm plus those additional difficulties has led to quite a cumbersome, I would say, merger review process. And basically we have also discussed the fact that sometimes there are not as much limiting principle as we would want, in the sense that a lot of theory of harm will be discussed even if they have no grounded on economics and sometimes also on fact. On my end, I also discuss the role of economics in those mergers in particular, because I'm an economist. And in particular, we discuss the fact that basically we need to go back to first principle in those when reviewing those mergers in the digital space. What does it mean? It means to articulate properly what is a theory of harm. It means identifying the condition under which those theory of harm would hold. And then basically putting in front of those conditions some evidence in order to explain whether indeed those conditions are met, or to the contrary whether they are not met given the circumstance of the case, and in which case basically the theory of harm would have to be dismissed. So there have been a lot of discussion about the evolution of merger review in this specific space and how difficult it is. But then another aspect has been discussed, is that in the digital space, mergers tend to be global. So what does it mean? It means that it's not only one agency, the Commission or the CMA, or one agency reviewing a transaction, but actually the transaction is going to be reviewed by many agencies. And 2 points were mentioned. Number one is when it comes to actually advise clients, it is very difficult to know where we will end up having to file. Sometimes this is obvious. We know that basically we need to file to the Commission, the FTC, etc. But sometimes it's not that obvious, and in particular because of Article 22. What we also discuss is the need, to some extent, to further eventually cooperation between agencies, because when we are dealing with digital mergers that are global, and mergers that are assessed under uncertainty, one needs to be clear that if one agency decide to block the deal, most of the time, basically, the deal will not go through. So it implies that new theory of harm, uncertainty, a lot of agency reviewing the deal. Basically, one needs to be extremely careful, and probably going forward, we need to be agency need to coordinate a bit more in order to make sure that they take the right decision and they do not have incorrect merger blocking, which could have detrimental impact on innovation and negative spillover on merger going forward.